So, Tiwa Savage is in the news. Charlie, she did the news inside sake of something that is not precisely nice. I have to calm down with my energy because it's not really a nice kind of thing to happen to anyone. It's more like a cyberbullying case whereby there's this influencer on X, formerly known as Twitter, that he's called the dummy, the foreign. That's his handle name, right? And he sort of posted a picture of Tiwa Savage on stage, right? And then he was sort of trolling her that she's looking old, right? So this is what exactly he said, right? Make we forget hype. Tiwa Savage done the old, and then he added a crying emoji. Well, that is not something that is like he's being sentimental or he's sort of being empathetic with regards to whatever he's saying. But I don't know whether some of these issues is for clouds or just someone that is sincerely trying to share their opinion because okay, I don't know the thought processes that goes on before some of these posts are launched on the internet. So I don't know, but this is what he posted, that Tiwa Savage they don't owe, right? And it's the post that had a lot of views and comments on X. Like a lot of people commented on it, and there was a lot of troll with regards to the fact that Tiwa Savage has grown old and she's still not found any like solid relationship or in a marriage that sort of will be in line with the normal social expectation. At least if you clock like 45, you should be able to get your own man. So you chop 45 years. If you be a woman, you forget your own man. It's not like it's mandatory, but society puts some level of standards for both men and women. And when it comes to women, that happens to be that, which personally I feel like it's not the best. People should have their preferences with regards to what they feel like will make their life better, right? If you sincerely feel like I don't want to be with a man and I can be alone and then have a good life, I think it's a personal thing that maybe you will be in a relationship and that's for fine. And even if you are a woman, you should be able to have that freedom to actually express that in its totality, right? Even though it's not the best thing that society expects from you, but I feel it's an individual decision, right? But in Tiwa Savage's case, because she's in the limelight, and then sometimes I feel like, life has a funny way of, no matter how you have it in the best way, good, you sort of have something that takes away, negates that blessings that if you are not careful and you don't regulate your emotions and your mindset or psychology around it, you will always feel like if I had this, my life would have been perfect. So I feel with regards to Tiwa Savage's issue, that's where she's lacking. She has she's overachieved, right? With regards to her career, there's a lot of people in the world that started music that couldn't even mount a stage. But for her to be a woman and be consistent in the industry for that long, that's I think we overlook some of these things. Do you know how difficult some of these kind of things that we sometimes discredit people on? Do you know how, in reality, difficult it is to stay in the limelight and then be consistent for years? So when it comes to her career, she's achieved. She's done really well. She's given us. She never slept on the talent that the universe or God gave him, and she has given us back-to-back bangers. We have enjoyed her songs since for a long time now. But that aspect of her personal life is now what is clouding this whole achievement, because people expect that at this point she should get married, and the same expectation is not on men, because there's a lot of men that are around 45, 40, 50 that are not even married and they are still in the limelight and nobody is speaking about them because society doesn't expect that from them. But when it comes to the woman's case, it's always different, and I don't know why. Do you know why? Me minimo, I don't know, but I feel it's personally, I would think around it and say one of society's standards. So this whole issue that I'm talking about is the reason why Tiwa Savage actually is in the news. And after this whole thing, she really got pissed, right? She really got pissed. I don't want to digress, but I had to just put in perspective the reason why I feel some of these things are a bit overboard because they've had an achievement. So I'm coming back to the dummy foreign issue, right? Stay with me, right? So this particular issue is what really got Tiwa Savage pissed because I saw the post even before Tiwa Savage's reply. So what actually ran in my head was like, hey, there's some of these things when they see some of these comments on the internet. I don't know how they feel about it, especially when you are already dealing with something privately and people have to sort of put it out there for people to ridicule you. I don't know how psychologically it makes them feel. So maybe, to be honest, I see hey, Charlie, people get hurt too. This thing you put out there, and then there was about 3 point something K comments, like on that particular post, that picture, and there's a lot of weird comment that people posted. It was total cyber bullying at that point. So I think Tiwa Savage saw it at some point, and she got really pissed, and then he took the guy on. So let's go fast, and then let me just show you what Tiwa Savage replied the guy. So this is what Tiwa Savage had to say. So Tiwa Savage said, first he said that the dummy forward, he quoted the guy and he was like, the obsession with me is loud, but your relevance is missing. Well, I guess this is in relation to the fact that the guy is not as popular, or he perhaps want to leverage on Tiwa Savage's popularity to sort of make himself known. And then he went on to say that, I dare you to post anything about my child again. This will move beyond Twitter. Okay. So, backstory, right? So, after the dummy foreign guy posted this whole thing, he didn't end there, right? So, this is why Tiwa Savage is actually on him that he shouldn't post about their child again. So, after the same show, I think Tiwa Savage was with his son and he was just doing some little dance. And I don't know what happened, but the kid, you know how kids can be. Kids can switch their mood anytime, and sometimes it has no reason or no particular reason, but kids are kids. And the kid wasn't having the best of facial expressions when the mom was dancing. And the dummy foreign guy actually went on to say something in relation to the fact that the kid is not so impressed with what the mom has become or how the mom is behaving. And then I think that is what got Tiwa so pissed, which is rightly so, because you've already posted a picture about the person that he said the person is getting old. She didn't react, and then you went on to, add his child, which, most people, you can attack them, but when it comes to their family and the people they love, it's like you are going beyond boundaries. So, and I feel this is the same thing that Tiwa Savage felt. That's why he said what he said. So when he said that, I dare you to post anything about my child again, this will move beyond Twitter. This is what caused it, because of what the guy did. So later on, he came on to say that he quoted the guy again, and then he was like, you see that I never cared about your paid agenda to bring me down, and you've been doing it for a long time. Well, you talking about my child is crossing the line. Damn you, with my full chest, go better for you. You even posted that you wanted me to die young. Hey, so it means that it's something the guy has been doing for a long time. He's been bullying Tiwa on the internet. Tiwa Savage, from what he said, sort of believes that it's something that he's been paid to do to her, and which we can't confirm for now. But he dared the guy that if he's a man, okay, if we are Bema, if you get balls, right? If you're a man, you get balls. Okay, you for post about my child again. Well, lo and behold, the guy folded. He couldn't post about the child again, and then later on, they were actually going at him that they expected him to be manly. But this cyberbullying issue normally, it's done by people that sometimes they don't have the heart to actually meet people or say the thing they say in front of the person. So the phone has become a very safe haven for people like that to abuse people, because you can hide behind the phone and then your location and they'll do whatever you want. But then again, too, there are legal stuffs there. Every country has its own legal defamatory clause and then laws that is binding it. So if you mess up beyond it, definitely, no matter where you are, the law will always find you if the person is influential, especially in the case of Tiwa Savage, that obviously knows a lot of people. Chale Obeshi. So the guy was at least smart to have not continued with the whole back and forth, and then he actually went on to say that Charlie, you know, go joke with his life, prison no sweets. You are, yeah. So, bro, these things, I don't know, man. They should just free Tiwa Savage at this point. She's perhaps made some decisions in her past that maybe she might not be so proud of. I mean, in relation to the sex tape that came out and everything. But I mean, she's a human being. I mean, she's a human being. She's not perfect. She might not be perfect, but she deserves to also have someone that she can call her own in any way possible. And if she's struggling to find that person, and the best, I mean, the internet can give her is to actually frustrate her more, I feel it's not the best, bro. I don't know, but I feel it's not the best. I mean, sometimes I feel we are too harsh on women. I feel sometimes it's not like they deliberately put themselves in certain situations to not have the kind of life that's the kind of family life that they wanted. But sometimes some people don't learn so fast, right? And by the time they pick up the lessons from relationship or marriages, maybe it might be getting too late for them. That's why maybe I guess the last time she was crying on stage and all that, because I mean, maybe she has come to terms with the fact that there were certain decisions that she made in the past that if she knew what was right, she would have done it wrong. And I feel she's human, and then you should understand her because it can happen to anyone. I mean, yeah, I feel she's human. I mean, she's done wrong. She's done things. We've all done things in the past that if we knew better, we'd have done better, right? And even right now, we are perhaps doing mistakes that in the future we might see it and say that, "Look, if I knew better, I would have done better right now." So I think sometimes we should have the empathy to at least not in any way to condone certain things, but then to have the empathy to understand that, Charlie, we are all humans, and then we can do mistakes and forgive other people when they err. I mean, we are saying this because she's in the limelight, but if it was a personal life, maybe most of the people would not have cared. And some people leverage on her fame to actually also like create some kind of clout or get some kind of clout. Like example is this guy. If she didn't talk about Tiwa Savage, I know we'll come here and then talk about him because obviously I don't know him much to talk about his stuff, but because he used Tiwa Savage as a proxy to sort of get to the limelight or get herself know, you talk about him. But that's not the best way to sort of put yourself out there, if you ask me. Not that I'm being a moralist, but anyway, I mean, we can all decide on what we want to use our life for. But I mean, that is what is happening with regards to Tiwa Savage. I don't know what you think, though. You think cyberbullying is something that's maybe it's not something that's going to stop. I don't think it's going to stop right now because human nature. I mean, people hide behind stuff to do things. So, but what do you think? Do you think it's the right way? And why are women always judged wrongly when it comes to their marriage and relationship when it delays, and men are not judged? We men, we are free. Well, to a certain extent, we are free. Why do you think it's like that, though? So, with that one said, I'll end today's edition of Trends here. The name remains Donald, not Trump. And I'll definitely see you on the other side. Peace.